Konichi Wart.
Go Ward.
Um, this is crazy because we have a special guest, and it is Jacob Clark. You're doing a whole lot. Viewers won't be seeing this because bitches know they don't be listening on YouTube. Um, it's Spotify, and to our 6 listeners on Apple Music, they will not be
I'm
seeing
one of
that
them.
either. Clark, yeah, because you use Apple Music and Spotify, which will forever fry me. Don't understand that. Actually, but I do that too now. So, um, long story short is that we're creating a new series, mini series where we talk about endeavors, trials, and tribulations that we've experienced with many different people. There will be many horses to beat, many stories to tell, many clocks to be had. But this is the special guest, Jacob, King Jacob. And that's all I got. Katie, you want to say something?
Yeah, I'm here too, and Jacob is here as well. I don't know, you already introduced him, so he's someone we met at our study abroad in Japan, and I don't know who met him first. I guess you probably did, but I met him kind of in the beginning of the semester.
I think it was
Wonderful.
Katie I met first, actually. Katie's right here for me. This is Miss Katie.
Oh, girl, though it's all fucked up. It's all different for all of us. So
Well, and what are they gonna do about it?
well, what are they gonna do? Because it's, you know what, I can maybe fix that. You know what, it's that's doing too much. I think I met both of y'all virtually the same time. I think we already told this, but the first time I ever interacted with Katie was when I said that face card nasty. And the first time I ever interacted with you, Jacob, was when I said, well, yes, on the KGU Discord. And you said, well, no. And I said, what the fuck do you know about Tokyo fucking Tony? And that was the beginning of history.
Yeah, I met Jacob because we had a mutual friend that lived on my floor, and I remember I was in the study room, and they were like, it was just him and this girl, and they were talking, and I thought he sounded so funny, and I also like already kind of knew the girl a bit and wanted to be friends with her, and I wanted to be friends with him because he sounded really funny. And then I walked over there, and I just, hey, and I sat down at their table like real creepily. Didn't really know them. I just sat down and started talking with them. Usually that would not go over well with like most people, but I guess it worked out in my case, and I literally was just talking to them for like a little bit, and then they went for a smoke break, and I followed them to talk crap about someone who really did something shitty to me. But now everything's chill. And I literally just like beat that horse while they were smoking. Barely knew them. Just followed them to their little smoke break area, and the rest was history. And they invited me out to go to breakfast with them the next day, and that's just how I met Jacob and became friends with him.
Also,
Yeah.
the viewers won't see this because they listen, but the way Katie talking and then Jacob and I nodding. It's just Katie talking and Jacob and I being like, yup, yup. And that will never be translated into a child, but
No. Translated Shania.
Clock.
Yeah, I met Katie because me and my friend have been, I think that was the day me and her had been in me and my acquaintance had been in the study room for like probably like 9 hours that day studying. And then Katie literally just walked, and trust, I was eavesdropping on Katie the whole time because her group was always doing some weird shit in the study room. Like I look over there and they're playing like Mario Kart. I'm like, oh my god, like I wish I had like a friend with like a projector in Mario Kart and like a Switch, and then we're all just like, and then she walks over and she's like,
the way we low-key did though.
Well, we did because we spied, of course.
Yeah. I don't know. I was so jealous because I wasn't your friends at that time, and I'm fucking mad I missed out on it. Because I only knew you, Jacob, because of Isabel's class. And
Right. But also, didn't we sit next to each other in like the orientation like exam?
Yes, but I was so scared. I was so terrified. I don't think I've ever told you this. It was you and your other friends, and we had waited there for 20 minutes for that one girl to come. And we had literally stayed there for a second. And I guess you had just met them. And we were just waiting in the corner, and like the other people we had walked with had already gone in. I was like, guys, maybe we should go in. And at the time, I didn't know it, but it was Dakota. So I was
Right.
standing there with Dakota, and you were there, and some other girl was there. and we were waiting for I guess it's Mika. You know Mika. We were waiting for her, and I literally was like, guys, like we should go in, but I was scared because I didn't know how y'all moved. Like I didn't know what we were doing, and so we finally went in and we sat down. And you, the whole time, you, Mika, everyone else that was there, y'all are all just sitting. You every time someone would ask a question, you'd be like, that was a stupid fucking question. And we didn't know it at the time, but Althea Queen asked that question about smoking, and you, and this is no shade on her, but I remember you and everyone else were like, now why would she ask that? And I was like, and the whole time, every time everyone asked a question, like when that one person asked a question about like what are some Japanese cultural norms we should know, you were like, why the fuck would he ask that? Just Google it, bitch. And I was like, yes, that was stupid. I didn't know what to do, but I was so scared. I was just like, yes, yes.
Girl, I was in a mood because I was like, God, I gotta sit here in this whole thing. And then I'm like, they're like, before you guys go, I know these seats are super uncomfortable. Before you guys go, is there any questions? And there's like a million people that are like, like this is my first time in Japan. Like how do I eat ramen? Like, however many people like in this huge, massive stadium, and they're like, how do I do I slurp? Is slurping rude? And we're like, okay, babe, so maybe your RA, your friend, the person on your floor that is obsessed with Japanese culture for some reason that will tell you it's wrong or not wrong, because trust, everyone on that floor got someone like that.
Well, I really wanted to ask a question. I wanted to ask a question about my visa, and stuff like that, because they weren't clear on whether we had to have our passport with us while we were out or just the resident card. And they didn't tell us that until much later. I think it was actually even the RAs that were like, you don't need it, in one of their like monthly meetings in like November. But I really wanted to be like, do I need my passport? Because I feel like Google's saying I need my passport, and like other Reddit is saying that I only need my resident card because it's like the most important thing. And I was gonna ask and raise my hand, but y'all have been shitting on everyone before, and I was like, never mind.
I think they covered it anyways, because at the end, like the guy who is usually at like the international office, he was like, you either need you need your visa up until you have your resident card, and then once your resident card here, you need that.
Oh yeah.
Blah blah blah
Yeah,
blah blah. But I always felt
we-
like he was always like his tone. Oh, sorry. What were you saying?
Oh, sorry, I just really interrupted you. I was like, should we talk about some of the drama in y'all's friend group? Because I went over mine a little bit, but I think that's a good thing to lead off of. It's so funny.
Katie said, "Shut the fuck up. Nobody cares."
So, oh.
No, go into it, girl.
My friend group, I kind of met Katie like probably I feel like I met Katie about like a month in, and maybe Josh like a little bit after. But like my friend group had kind of been having some like animosities in them like from day one, and then like blah blah blah, and then stuff happened, and then we met Josh, and that was kind of in the middle of like a drama period.
I feel like I've replaced some people in your friend group.
Yeah, maybe not replace. Because it's replacing like, it's not like eggs for apples, you know what I mean? Like, but yeah, like I don't know, there was a lot of drama. I don't know about like your guys' friend groups at the start, but like the first few weeks were just like so much drama, and it was always about like literally nothing, like someone being like 2 minutes late, or like people wanting to eat at different restaurants or something like that. It was always like weird petty drama like that for like the first 2 weeks, but then things kind of like settled. And then I really kind of like just settled into my group, because I was kind of jumping around like with a few different people hanging out, and then I kind of settled into my friend group, and then I met Katie and Josh.
And I think that our friend group too was a lot, not because of the people, but just because it was like, I think at one point it was 7 of us. And so everyone wanted to do something else. And I felt personally, I was always really close with you because of our class with Isabel. And I think that well, like it or not, but I think that her class was like I feel like we didn't even sit next to each other at the beginning, but I feel like because of that we got really close. But then also like Dakota was probably not like just the nicest. Well, actually, yeah, she was the nicest. Like Dakota's like the sweetest person ever, and so she was just very like welcoming. So I feel like I was always really close to you two. And that wasn't ever anything bad, but it was just like if we wanted to go eat at different places, it would usually be like us wanting to go eat somewhere else and other people wanting to eat at other places and we don't want to go do this and that. And so that's probably what started a lot of like the friction, I think,
Yeah.
because I think the bane and start of all of our problems happened and we realized them when we went to Osaka. When we I think it all fucking started when we boarded the local train for
Yes, we did.
18 stops to Osaka rather than taking the express after we had all said it.
Because the two navigators in our group that always navigate, someone else was like, I want to navigate today. And we're like, okay, go ahead, girl. And then they took us on the local, and it literally stopped like literally every 2 minutes at every stop. And it took us like an hour to get to Osaka.
Disgusting. Mind you, none of us had seats, really.
No.
except a
Well,
few.
one of us had a seat.
One of us had a seat. We won't get into that right now, but mind you, we had to stand for 45, 50 minutes plus on this packed ass local train after we had already established that we were going to be taking the express. But that's none of the business that we should be getting into. What happened is that, long story short, we had gone to this fuck ass breakfast cafe that none of us really wanted to go to. And I literally have pictures of people taking pictures with stuffed animals of these pastries. And the pastries, sorry, they weren't all that. I don't care. They weren't all that. It was literally it was a crumble cookie. It was literally a cookie and a drink, and I wasn't having it. So anyway, after we go do this and that, they're like, we're going to spend the entire day in a mall. I look at Jacob, I say, baby, I'm not doing that. And then we go look at shrines. We spend, yes, girl.
Can I preface this with the fact that like we had this plan for like a few days or like maybe even a week, and we were like, oh, like me and Josh are going to Osaka because we have our Goshuin show and we want to go like get stamps and visit some shrines and take some pictures and stuff like that. And they were like, oh, like can we go with you? Like we would like to go visit some shrines and maybe we could do some like shopping and like kind of do whatever different things when we hang out and then come meet back up and do some shrines together. And we're like, okay, that sounds good. And we were gonna
go. It was us. We wanted to see shrines.
And then we were like, oh, like we're gonna get breakfast there. Like we're really hungry. And they're like, okay, yeah, like let's pick a good breakfast spot. And they're like, let's go to this cafe. And I was like, well, I'm like really, really hungry. And they're like, should I get something now? And they're like, no, because we're gonna go to the cafe. And we get there after trials and tribulations, and it's like, not that like I won't eat a sweet for breakfast, but like I was like really hungry and my stomach hurt, and like all it had was like literally like sweet fondant, like literally fondant covered everything. And I was like, I'm just not in the mood for it. Like I want food, I want sustenance. And so I think that also kind of led to like some of that annoyance that day.
And don't let Katie. Katie's mad as hell because she be eating that stuff for snack. Half a pop.
You know, and don't clock her. Leave her alone.
It's okay, girl. It's okay, girl. Soon we'll escape. But yeah, basically what happened is we spent 7 hours. We walked maybe 15 miles.
Katie.
And all we did was just talk shit. And it wasn't even talking shit. It was just talking about what had happened for hours. And I think at first
hours.
No, girl, maybe you're just annoying.
Well,
maybe it's just the weather.
The thing is like we had so much drama, and like I think like 2 people like kind of jumped out of our friend group like already. And so I didn't want to gossip. I just was like, I've just been feeling really frustrated, and like, do you think I should talk to her? Like, do you think like I've just been really frustrated with this situation and the way that I've like this person's been acting, and it's really frustrating because I don't want it to affect like our friend dynamic and like the friend group as well. And then it went from like the first probably hour and a half of us just being like so mature and like, you know, like we should talk to her, and like I'm just really frustrated with the situation and like blah 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 blah, to just being like, oh my god, I'm done.
It was a lot. And mind you, when we had gone to Sushiro, so Sushiro is a conveyor belt sushi place in Japan. Really, we talk about it. It's like Chili's in America, Canada, all that kind of stuff. We had gone to Sushiro,
Chili's, but...
and this was exactly.
Stupid American, they don't have Chili's, get right.
And basically what happened is this one person who had left our friend group, we had all like it was now 6 of us. We had all kind of said, guys, if anything is ever happening, please just tell me about it. Like, please tell, like, we had all agreed on it. We had all said this, like, it's in my memory. We had all been like, if I ever do something, please tell me. And we had dropped like really subtle hints. Like we probably had dropped like, hey, like, I think we should just like agree more. And it wasn't even like the passive aggressive shit. It was truly just like very like passive. It was very like steadily forward in the sense like, hey, I don't really want to wait for you to smoke because we have to like
Or
go places.
Or it would be things like, hey, we've actually had a plan to go here for a week, and I know that you really want to go here, but like, could we maybe make accommodations considering like we go everywhere you want to go, and like we've had this planned out for a week, and you kind of just wanted to join? Like, I don't know, that's just my opinion. And also, while I have the talking stick, like the fact that like when I met Katie, like me and my other friend had it was like around 12 o'clock. We're like, oh, like let's go get breakfast tomorrow. So we made a small little group chat. And we're like, let's just like go, like we'll text tomorrow, like when we're all up, and we'll go get breakfast, blah blah blah. And then another person in our friend group had gotten. This is just like the part of the whole like scheme, girl, the whole horse. And like one of a few people in our friend groups was just like, you made a group chat without us, and like we're just feeling so left out. And I was like, I get that, like I do understand it's a valid point, but like at the same time, in the same breath, also like, girl, it was breakfast. It was literally breakfast. And then she demanded Dozo.
And to make a long story fucking short, this
Yeah.
horse was just super controlling, kind of, or not super controlling, but kind of controlling and emotionally manipulative, and just really kind of like, I don't know, just wanting everything to be about them, kind of, instead of like maybe doing a group effort. And this kind of leads to our first curse of the study abroad, Uji, and I don't know, I think, should Jacob tell the story?
I feel like I could like lead into it, yeah. Josh and I had been planning for like a few days or maybe like 2 weeks or something to go to Uji because it was really beautiful, and we wanted to visit some of the stores and just see like, they also had the Phoenix Temple there, so we really wanted to go there because us, we love our Goshuin stamps. So we had planned to go there, and I had invited a few other people, like Katie. Katie was like, let's go there together. Like I think Katie actually was
After
the one.
clubbing.
Right, like I think after we had gone out for drinks together, we were all like, let's go to Uji together, that would be so fun, like me and you and Katie. And then there was a few other like mutuals in our friend group that Katie knew, and she was like, oh, like would Dakota want to come? And we're like, yeah, like let's invite Dakota, like they're in class together, we're all kind of mutuals, like let's all go hang out. Like it doesn't have to be like the full friend group like all hanging out at once, like we can just do like a little side thing. Because Katie wasn't also like really close with everyone in our friend group, and also Katie was a busy gal during that semester. Okay, she was not available. Mama, I called up her assistant. She said Katie's busy. Okay, so we had made this big plan to go to Osaka, Uji, and then like literally the night before, the horse was very upset that they were uninvited to Uji, or like not even uninvited, just not extended an invitation because they didn't know Katie, and also it was just kind of weird because like, I don't know, the dynamic was weird. Like we had different friend groups going on. Like we didn't always hang out at once. Like multiple people in the friend group had their different kind of things, like their own classmates or maybe even groups that they were in that would go hang out with other people. And I made this plan thinking it was not going to be a big deal, like go and hang out with like a small group of friends. And then everyone else from the friend group actually ended up not going besides Josh, because the horse was like, come to Osaka with me, I'm so lonely.
And mind you too though, I knew Katie in my class, and I knew Katie because we had just gone out. You knew Katie before that. And the thing that was like such a big problem was that we also planned to go to Uji for our Goshuin. And you know what happened? We had planned to go to Osaka for Goshuin, and you know who didn't ever get a single Goshuin there while we were there? The person that was then not extended an invite. You weren't extended an invite because we didn't want to go shopping the whole time. We spent majority of that day anyway hiking. So that was another part of it.
Yeah, and then basically like we had met up with Katie that morning, and trust, either Josh or I forgot our Goshuin show, so we ran back up those stairs. And then we kind of just like the whole time, like we're just like complaining and bitching to Katie, and she was just like, yeah.
But also though, she was complaining and bitching about us, about her situationship. So it was like an exchange of tea.
Like, is there anything, Katie, that you wanted to say about like what was going on at that point for you? Like when we got on the train and we were kind of like debriefing?
Girl, I always had issues from day one, but I don't know, I blacked out on that train ride there, honestly, because it was like 2 hours. But I remember we were just all kicking like really hard, but I can't, girl, what wasn't fucking going on with me? Like, I don't even know. It's just weird, narcissist, situationship, weirdo. And then your guys' tea.
Yeah. And the way that train ride literally went, like, you're right, it was 2 hours and it literally felt like maybe 20 minutes. And the way we're usually like trying to be good guys on the train, like, oh, sorry, like, keep your mouth, like, don't, like, yell on the train. That whole train ride, it was just us, like, talking nonstop because we were involved in this
No one
drama.
was on that
Okay?
train though. I remember because
That's fair.
it
There
was
was, like,
a
maybe two of
Saturday
us
and it
on.
was raining.
Exactly.
Anyways, we get to Uji, and it's like this weird. Like, let me set the scene. It's like just so green and mossy and forest like everywhere, and like older buildings and shrines, and it's like a misty, like sprinkling, raining kind of vibe. It looked straight out of a Studio Ghibli film. It was like so stunning.
It was
There's
the
like
perfect day
rivers
to
and
go.
mountains. It was so stunning. It actually like was one of my favorite, most like spiritual trips ever. It looked straight out of the Studio Ghibli film. And what did we do at first? I think at first we kind of walked into like the touristy area where there's a bunch of shops. I was looking for
To
some
the
kind of like
temple.
chocolate that I heard was really good. What?
We went to Biroin Temple.
Yeah, I think we did that after that. I think the first thing we ever did was like shopping and
I remember we came out of the train station and we all literally just kind of stopped and we're like, oh my God, because it was literally just the train station and the bridge. But like you said, like it was so misty and rainy that day, and like the mountains were like so green, and it was just like the perfect day. It was so beautiful.
yeah, it was
And then
so
she-
beautiful.
And she said she went to the bathroom, and I remember her being like, there was piss on the floor.
Oh my god, that was at the end when we were leaving.
That's
I had
when we were
pee
leaving and I
so
bought that milk tea.
Yeah.
I pee so bad, and I go into the bathroom, and it's like the floor, like toilets, like the toilets on the floor, and there's just piss everywhere. Because I'm sorry, I don't care who the hell has anything to say about this. Women cannot pee in those like floor potties. That's just not our thing. But of course they're there, and there was just piss everywhere. And I remember I like this Japanese lady let me go ahead of her, and I walk into the stall and I open it, and it's like the hole and piss everywhere, and I just back out. And I look at her and I just walk away, and we just both made like some eye contact. She's like, "This guy's not going in here," and I was like, "I'm not going in there."
No,
And so
babe.
I left and held my piss in for a while. But yeah, the first thing we did there was like shopping and whatever, and then we went to this like cool little restaurant. And then afterwards, I think this is around the time Jacob's umbrella incident. I think because after we ate, I think we went to that first temple.
I think we went
The
shopping.
trinket store.
I think we went shopping. We went down to like a few trinket stores, and then we went and we're like, let's let's go get some food. So we went to that like restaurant and we ate like, and then you tried that chocolate.
Mhm.
And then after we're like, oh, I think it was Amelia that was like, I want more chocolate. So she texted you and we're like, oh, we're gonna go get her another one and like go do some more shopping.
Mhm.
And I had this umbrella with me. It was like my trusty umbrella. I didn't leave it anywhere. I brought it up with me, even though it was literally like the dollar store, like the Lawson like umbrella that everyone just leaves everywhere. I was like, it's my favorite umbrella. And I put it like in a very specific slot. And we were only in that store for like 2 minutes. And I come out and I grab it. And I think it was probably like 10, 20 minutes later where we're walking by that shrine after we had kind of kikied for a bit. We walked
We were
up
in the
that
middle
hill.
island taking pictures of Katie.
No, it was before that. We had like walked up that big hill and seen that huge spider and then turned left. And we were by that shrine taking pictures. And then I was like, why is my hand covered in blood? And I looked and my umbrella just had like blood from the top, like so much, like there was so much blood. Like, I don't care what you guys, like there was so much blood at that umbrella. Like it was, like it doesn't,
Wasn't it?
it's not like someone bled in the umbrella and then it like bled back out. Like it was like, it just kept coming. I don't
It was
understand.
literally a pool of blood when he would flip it over, and like when you're not using an umbrella, you would flip it over. There was like a pool of blood forming, and it was just throughout the day getting bigger and bigger. But Jacob wasn't bleeding from anywhere, and then it would just drip back down on him.
Well, I thought I was bleeding. So I was like looking all over for scratches, and then Katie's like, is that blood in your umbrella? And I was like, well, yes.
And what was crazy too, the entire rest of the semester, it never came out.
No, I took that bitch everywhere. We went to Uji with it again, and I tried washing it in the river, and it literally didn't come out. And I was like, well, what now that I'm cursed?
And literally, you were like shaking it out too, I think, and like the blood was just still there, and it was like literally getting more and more, and there was just more and more coming on you for like the rest of the day, and we were like, it was so cursed, and we were like going to these shrines and stuff, and I remember, I think like towards the end of our trip, we hiked from this like really cool shrine in the forest, like up this like little mountain in the forest, and it was like 5:30
It
p.m.
was
so
so
like
foggy too when we got to the top.
it was like some Silent Hill stuff. It was foggy. It was like the sun was setting, and we're like halfway up the mountain. I'm like, guys, the sun's literally setting. Where are we? We're low key kind of lost at the top, and then later at the top, there's just fog everywhere, and like literally there's no sun. And I actually was like about to cry because I was so scared because it was literally dark. And we're at the top of this like random ass mountain with no one around, and we're like, oh my god, oh my god. And we're like trying to figure out how to
And
get
do you
back
remember?
down.
It also had like like old kanji that had been like worn off, like wooden signs that were like worn off. You couldn't read any of it, and we can't read kanji anyways. And the board was like this way, extreme danger, power lines, this way safe. And then the signs were worn off and we're like, guys, like which way? Like I remember getting to the top of the mountain and we didn't even know it was a mountain. We thought it was just like a trail. So we're like, oh, this is a cute little trail. And we like get to the top and I have a picture of Katie and Josh, like both just like this, like looking up at me. It's like the best picture ever. And we get to the top and it's like foggy and I'm like, what the hell? And then I look and I'm like trying to look at this sign and I'm like, so where are the like the unguarded, like unprotected power lines that might kill us?
I think it was Mount Daikichi.
It was, yeah,
It
because
was
it had.
huge.
Yeah, yeah.
It took us 2 hours to get up there. It's raining.
No, it
And we
did
did it
not.
again. It took
I
us
feel like it only took Josh. It
I
literally
think
only
we're on
probably
that
took us
mountain for
like
like
an
an hour and a
hour.
half.
It only took us like an hour, but that's because we were like slow and kikiing and like taking
it took us
pictures.
forever, girl.
Because when we went again, remember we went again, it only took us an hour to go up, like maybe less than that, like 40 minutes.
Mm.
And
Because
we
we
had to
also
use our
went early in the day.
umbrellas. We had to use our umbrellas to like shield us from the
For the
rain and
bugs.
like the bugs falling from the trees. And Jacob's like blood umbrella was just like accumulating more and more blood and just like raining
No,
down. And
girl,
it's, like,
I
dark
wasn't
forest.
going to use that umbrella. And then Jacob goes, you know, spiders fall from these kind of trees, right? And I said,
Spiders and ticks, mind you.
and I said,
And I'm the only one. I'm the only one that got my like my tick vaccine, encephalitis. I'm the only one that got my regular and Japanese encephalitis vaccines before I came there. So I was like, I'm gonna be fine.
Oh,
You
no, I
guys
had
need to use the umbrellas.
No, I had it because my doctor, I had gone to my doctor before, and that was when he called me fat and lazy, even though I was swimming. And he was like, don't eat too much in Japan. Well, I already know that's going to be an issue,
And then you lost all that weight in Japan.
and I did. And then I was gonna see him just rub it in his fucking face, and then he retired. And I was like, okay, fuck you. No, but that was so tea. It was such a beautiful time. But honestly, your blood umbrella was just so much. It was just a
It was
lot.
like so ominous in that setting. It was just that was like really the first curse that was placed on it. Everything was literally downhill from there.
And I think that's
Seriously.
what like I was thinking is like the horse or someone that like really hated us during that semester. Like my thoughts are probably
How about
the
you?
horse. Like my thoughts are probably the horse like placed a curse on us like that day because they were upset with what was going on, and it just went downhill from there. Because like literally the whole day we were like, this is so weird. Like we had like this weird ominous vibe, but we didn't give a fuck. We were like, let's go get sushi. Let's go do this. Let's go do this. And then we went home. And trust, we all like passed out because we were like tired that day.
Yeah. I had a crazy night before that, I think, and yeah, I don't know if you guys want to keep going with the horse curse. I think we set up the foundation for it, so we'll have other parts in our podcast
Sure.
talking about it because it does
Sure.
get interesting. I swear, y'all. But I think we can move on to the next topic. Is why do men have nipples? I'm so sorry, but like, why do
And you're lucky you got there first, bitch, because I wanted to talk about fucking crumble cookies. So you fucking continue.
No.
I can give you a
Not a
scientific
fucking
explanation of why
word.
men have nipples, but they shouldn't have nipples. That freaks me out so bad, and they should be swinging them around everywhere. Y'all can just have that free when we can't. I literally nipples on men gross me the freak out, and it's because y'all are actually woman in the fetus form and the nipples form before anything else. But you're not supposed to even have them. There's no purpose for men to have nipples. They shouldn't have them, and they're freaky on men.
You're just jealous.
Bye, you're
And
mad.
that's
You're just jealous because my nipples are perkier than yours. So what now that I talk to you?
And bigger, so.
okay. Well, just eat me the fuck up and just talk about your crumble cookies, bitch.
No, isn't it because like
Ooh,
is it
child.
because like everyone? Yeah, you're right. Like everyone is born as a female, and they have like the specialized tissue that later develops into like sex specific tissue, unless of course you are intersex.
Fuck. And pour one out for the intersex people. Pour one out. Because they're always being left out of the conversation, but they're human beings.
Kuchan.
Did you have anything else besides that men do you have anything else to that, any more substance, or was like that like the concept and the idea, like was it a passing thought, or like do we need to deep dive into this? Like you got a TED talk for us, because I got something else that's right up there with us.
Right.
No, I just needed to take up space to share that because that needs to be heard.
Katy Perry taking up space in the.
Literally. Well, I have something that I have been waiting to talk about, and I'm so glad Jacob is here because this bitch would put me through hell and back to do this for him. Hell and fucking back.
Me?
And it is Japanese Uno tarot card reading. It is Japanese tarot card reading. So I said this last time very briefly. I'm psychic. Clock. Am I really psychic, or do I just, like, I don't know, predict the future really accurately? I guess it's yet to be told. But I love to do it through Uno. And so far, I've now predicted a few fucking earthquakes. I can't even tell you. It's a few earthquakes, 1 breast reduction surgery, and 1 divorce. Yeah, it's crazy. And so basically what I do is I go through my fucking cards. I'd get one. Oh, this, money in, money out. You know what I mean? Just shit like that. I would be in the study room at Kansai Gaidai, and I would be saying the fuck out of these Uno cards, girl. I'd be telling what they would be like, oh.
We brought them to the bar too.
Yep. And so I also did palm once. One time we were in the club and this guy was really bothering Katie and I looked at it and I said, you're getting pneumonia. Talk and call your family immediately. And then he got pneumonia. So it was really funny, but I used to do this all the time. And it would literally be times where it's 11 p.m. in the study hall. I'm so fucking tired. I have like 7 tests tomorrow. Jake would be like, give me 4 more fucking readings and 3 extra cards, bitch, because I need to know about something. And I'd be like, okay.
I had shit going on in the background, and like, Mama, we all did, but like that man.
Girl, the way he literally called one time in Isabel's. So Jacob had this crazy, like, whatever you want to call it. One time, Jacob gets called and he's gone again, of course, just wheeling out of here. So Jacob has this person that, whatever, I don't even know what to call it. We're about to start class. And then Jacob gets a call from him. And I pick up just for funsies, because we were also playing Just to Impress. I pick up, I go, hi, who is this? And he like gives his name and number. He's like, wait, who are you? And he's like, is Jacob just giving it up to anyone now? And I was like, hi, how are you? like what happens to hi, my name is, hello. But regardless, I used to do these tarot card readings. And it really had some people like up in their feelings. And all the time I was just like, it's never that serious. But one time I did it for Kylie. That's how I met you, Katie. I gave you and Kylie Uno tarot card readings. And I said, Kylie, you're going to have financial.
About this.
And then she cried about it. And I really did not mean that, girl. I did not mean that. It was never that serious. Go men. But then that's how I met you. And I think about that. And my mom, the only gave me to Japan. The only rule that woman gave me going to Japan, she said, do not bring out those fucking Uno tarot cards. You are not allowed to do that. She said, she never really gave me a reason. She was like, just don't do it. And then the first thing I did when I got there is I walked myself into Lawson, bought myself Uno cards, and then I started doing readings naturally. And that's how I met some of the best people. And to this day, I stand by it. These Uno cards, I brought, like, you know what I mean?
Can we talk about the time y'all pranked the Bar Beyond on accident? And you made them like slow down?
Gosh, that was literally gosh. Hey, it's a brand new bar. It's like a brand new bar, and they're like, guys, be quiet. Like, we don't want the cops calling on us. We always get the cops calling on us.
Let me do the intro.
You go say it. Katie's had the least screen time this entire episode.
No, it's okay. But this Bar Beyond just opened, and it was like for all the foreigners, whatever, because we lived in like the suburbs, so there's like only a few bars, and all the foreigners would go like the same bar. So this new one opened up by the some student that went to our university, and my situationship was like bartending there, whatever the hell he's doing. And so we all went to like support him, which we shouldn't have, but whatever. Like we all, like my entire friend group, I invited Josh and Jacob. Like, a bunch of people were there, and we're all just getting free drinks, so everyone's, like, pretty crunk, honestly.
Well, Jacob and I only came because there was one man who was supposed to be there who didn't even fucking come.
Right.
That's why we came. We weren't gonna go.
You can set the story because the rest is history, but
The rest is history.
This is the same time that I told on a few episodes ago where there was that couple fighting. Jacob, Kylie, Katie, everyone had fucking left me. I'm sitting in this fucking restaurant ordering screwdriver after screwdriver. I'm thirsty, bitch. I'm one thing about me, I'm always thirsty and I'm always hungry. Oh, shut your mouth. And so I had been left alone. I'm fucking tired. And so we're in the bar beyond, and I'm like, you know what? I just need to go out. I need to get out of here. I'm exhausted. I'm overwhelmed. I go aside and I see Jacob. Jacob is smoking. What's new? And so we see this sketchy, like he looks like he lives there. He's just on the phone, like this person. He's like looking up and down the bar beyond.
Josh sees.
I might also be a little tipsy. Maybe I should mention that. And I'm looking, I'm like scared. I'm like, oh my God, like he's calling the police. I had no idea. Baby, he was speaking Japanese. I did not know what that man was saying. He was speaking Japanese a whole 20 yards in front of me. And I'm like, Jacob, he's calling the police on the bar. Jacob, this place gonna get shut down. We have to get everyone out of here. I go, Jacob, we gotta get everyone out of here. And so I go back to the front. I told Katie, I said, Katie, they're calling the police, girl. They're calling the fucking police. And I told you because you knew the bartender. And I go, Katie, they're calling the police, girl. We
didn't
gotta
give a
go.
fuck. She didn't give a fuck.
I said we gotta go. I'm stressing. I'm overwhelmed. I'm like about to cry because I'm like, all my friends about to get fucked up. Like, I just met you. We're supposed to go to Uji tomorrow. I cannot get you locked up over these noise complaints because you know they take that seriously, guillotine. And I am literally, Katie, we gotta go. We gotta go. And so you go over. You tell your situation. Just be like, hey, like my friend thinks that they might have called the police.
No, it wasn't even that. It was you said that around like 6 people and they all freaked out. I was watching. You didn't even.
No, because we're all outside. There's like maybe like 10 people outside smoking in like different groups, and then Josh is like, the police are under, the police are coming. No, like they're coming, like, they're gonna shut us down, we're all gonna go to jail. And everyone outside starts like all turning around and like the police are coming.
Let me speak on this from my perspective. You didn't tell me, you just screamed it with like 6 people outside, so that all these people start running. All these people start running into the bar, like, the police are coming, like, someone called the cops. And then all the bartenders start freaking out, all the people in the club, and they start, like turning down the music and, like, stop serving drinks. And I'm just in the corner, like, watching this, and I'm like, damn, bro. And, like, I was just dying laughing, because the people were, like, freaking out. And I was just sitting there, like, enjoying the show, and, like, the bartenders were freaking out. And, like, literally, the one bartender, the guy I was seeing there was so evil, so I was like, good. I think I was already, like, not even messing with him. So, like, when he was like, oh my god, like, freaking out, I was like, good. And I was just standing in the corner watching, like, havoc wreak in this, like, small bar. And everyone starts running around. People are, like, running out the bar. The bartenders are, like, freaking out. And then you guys just, like, left.
Can I say something? Josh was a menace that night. He also tried to get me. He literally walked up to a random stranger, looked at me, looked at someone, pointed at me, and said, "K-sexual shitai." You want to have
Yes, so he was into it. He was into it.
He was like, hi,
He
mama.
was
He was
hitting
nodding.
on
I was like,
you, and
Josh,
I was
I
like-
don't know this person. Stop. And I have to like walk out. And he was like, he's out there. Like, go say hi to my friend. Like, my friend thinks you're sexy. Like, go say hi to him. And I was like, stop, Josh.
No,
Like,
but
I don't
you
know what's going on. Like, I don't know this
good that
person.
night,
I'm
Mama.
too drunk. Like,
You were looking so delicious, and this guy was coming up. Mama, he saw the forbidden fruit, and he said, I said, "Gay sex oshimasu ka," and he was like, "Hi," and I was like,
hi.
I was like, he's right there. And I was just like, I was just doing too much. Like, I was tired. Everyone had ate all the pizza. I might have had a few too many slices. I drank a lot.
You might have had the margarita pizzas were really getting to you, girl. Like, I don't know what to say.
Well, I had like 8 screwdrivers, and then I had also had a few pieces of pizza.
That's the night we took our like iconic cunty club picture.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And so
Yeah.
basically, I'm just thankful because I said it in front of so many people that I don't think other people knew it was me. And so it was really funny. And then after after all that happened, like they turned off the music, they talked, some of the bartenders went outside, they started talking to some of the like the locals that were out there. And then I'm just kind of, and then after all that happened, I was like, I'm going to bed. See you guys later. Let's walk out.
I didn't even know it was you guys who did that. You guys told me like 2 or 3 days later. So I was doing like watching all of that without even knowing it was y'all. And then when you told me that 3 days later, it made it so much funnier that the fact that cops were not coming, no one called the cops. Josh just said that in front of like 10 people and then they
He
all started
screamed
freaking
it,
out.
girl.
It was like a crazy like what is it, like mass hysteria, like hive mind just because of Josh just saying some dumb crap.
And like people we
And
never knew, like random people we've never met, like the entire semester, they're just like they start freaking out, and then they're like, "There's the dumb bitches that said the cops were coming at the club," and no one ever
literally no
did.
one knew it was y'all. Like I'm like literally the only person who knows. And when you guys told me that, it was just so funny. And that's like honestly when I think I fell in love with y'all because that was just so funny. And that's just really my cup of tea. I love pranking people. I wish I pranked people more, honestly, like while I was there. Like me and Amelia had so many like pranks planned. Like we would go up to random like drunk people in the bars or clubs and be like, I'm in love with you.
No.
Or like we'd go up to like groups of people being like what's the move after this, y'all? Like where are we going? To like random ass people. Like I wish I did that more, and I'm gonna do that when I'm there again. And I hope I can see y'all both. Y'all both visit me, and we like prank the fuck out of people in the clubs and bars. And I want to see y'all more drunk because drunk Josh was just really something that night, and that was so funny. And that was like the only time I ever saw you drink.
Honestly, I can't remember if that guy. I think I might have walked up to him and said like, "I've heard so much about you, and I'm in love with you." And then he was like, "Hold on."
That's
I feel like I
we would
remember
do
you
Because
that.
I think that's what happened. Because that night we were like, let's like fuck with people at the bar. So we're like, let's just say like, oh my god, I've heard so much about you. I'm in love with you. And I think I said that to him, and he like started looking at me. And then Josh was like,
Yeah, he did.
Well, I was also like a menace girl. We talking about like pranking people. I would go up to random Japanese girls and I'd be like,
oh my god.
"Kirai ga kawaii desu yo ne." And then I'd be
He'd say, I
sometimes
hate your hair.
it was
He'd walk up to random
sometimes I'd
Japanese
say-
girls in the street and say, I hate your
I'd
hair.
literally be like, I'd be like, because hair is kami ga, like whatever. I'd be like kami ga karai, and the girls would be like, and I'd be like, "Kire, kire," and it was so funny. But I think the ultimate prank, and y'all will clock me for telling this story. I don't give a fuck. The ultimate prank I have ever done in my entire life, and it wasn't even a prank, was when I turned on that bitch's humidifier.
To preface, Josh went into somebody's room when they weren't
Somebody.
there.
Wait, hold on. I had said hi. We had talked a little bit. It wasn't even like that serious. One thing about me is me and Toy's our RA. I won't bring him into this because he was an angel. He did everything he was supposed to do. He would always go knocking on people's doors, saying hi, doing all these things. I would always follow him. And I'd always be like, "Hi, how are you?" And I was just being obnoxious. And one time
Well,
I was like going to say hi, and like I guess he was in the shower and the door was open. I had like knocked a few times. I was like, "Hello," and I opened it up. Water on the walls, because it was so humid. Water on the walls, and I was like, "Hello," and so I just step a few feet in, turn that humidifier the
a few feet. Can I say something? Can I tell you also, like, Josh and I would also, like, mostly Josh, first of all, don't lump me into this. Josh would, like, walk up to random people, like, all over campus. Like, in the study room, in the lounge, walking around, like, in the cafeteria, and walk up to them and be like, I have heard so much about you. And then just turn point blank and just walk straight away. And it was, like, the best thing ever. Also, the end of the semester, when you stood on top of the study room and would yell at all the Japanese students that were like coming out of their classes, like, hello, how are you today? And they'd be like,
I'd go like this, hi, and then I got my fucking karmic revenge when 4 Japanese schoolgirls assaulted me verbally on the street with cameras on Halloween. I go, hi, they go,
that was so funny.
E.T.
Oh my god,
And I
that's like
have a
my
picture.
favorite picture ever.
4 Japanese college schoolgirls verbally assaulting me. Cameras in my face. I will probably post that picture. Camera in my face, going E.T. I said, girl, if you don't fucking move. One thing about me is I'm big. I will roll over you.
I
You
think
got
it's
3
time for
seconds.
Sim of the Week.
No, we have like I think 5 minutes before
5
we get
more
into
minutes.
that. I
We
just
do it
want
at
to
the
preface
last? I
something.
thought we did the last 5.
Okay, we go around 50s. Like we usually do around 50s, but just to okay.
No, you go. Actually, you go first. What were you gonna say?
Just to put one more thing in with the humidifier is Josh did that to someone who was in my friend group, and this person we all knew, like their room was like so hot and humid, and they would talk about it all the time. And one time, one of my friends like went into his room, and they were like, "Oh my god, like your room is disgusting. Like it's so dark and humid in here. Like why don't you turn on the air humidifier?" And this person was like, "Oh, I don't know how to do that." So that my friend just never turned on their air humidifier, and then a few days, like whatever, like few weeks into the semester, or whatever, or like months, he comes up to us. He's like, "Oh my god, like my room, like it's fixed. Like the air humidifier just turned on, and like it just works now. And, like it's always dry in there." And I was like, "Oh my god, like that's crazy." And then literally not until like months later, Josh told me he like went into this person's room and turned on their air humidifier, and I connected the two dots, and I was like dying laughing because this person was in such strife, just like their room being so disgusting and humid, and they just didn't want to learn how to use the air humidifier, and Josh just randomly going to this person's room and turning it on and like saving his life was the funniest thing ever.
One
But
thing I want to
also,
say is, oh, you go, girl.
this person, I think they were N5 or N6. So they knew like a lot of like the kanji.
No, babe,
That
N3. N3 is better. Lower is
No,
better.
I think
N1 is best.
No, oh sorry. I mean, he was like level 4, level 5, not N3,
That's
N5.
beginning. N5 is beginning.
But like N2 or maybe like maybe N2 or N1 even like close to that. Maybe not N1. But like they knew a lot of kanji, right? And also like they literally had a YouTube video. They're like, scan this link. This is literally a YouTube video of how to use. This is the button you click for this.
Mind you,
This is made by the school.
instructions too.
It was made by the school. Like the school literally, it wasn't like, oh, like this is from the manufacturer. It was made by the students, and they're like in English. They're like, hey guys, this is for the things in your rooms. Blah blah blah. Press this button, then press this button. It also had instructions clipped to it in English and Japanese.
And mind you, Toy turned mine on at the beginning, so he could have just asked Toy. But honestly, you know what, King? I'm sorry. I did not mean to go into your room like that. But I think at the
When they
end of
watch
the day,
this and they find out,
I'm so sorry, King. But also, you know what? You ghosted me. I just wanted to know if you like Charlie XCX like that, and then you ghosted me for literally still have not gotten a text back about that. So you know what? I think I deserve that. I'm so sorry, King. But you know what? It's her street. I can't really say anything else about it. You know what I mean? It happened. It's T. That's Clocky. But I did a lot of things in those UU halls. Sometimes I'd be knocking on people's doors, holding Toy upside down, and that was just it.
Clock it. That was me. First of all, second of all, loved bothering Josh. Sometimes me and Dakota would go and like knock on Josh's door, or he'd be like, "Okay, like I'll meet you guys in the lobby. I'm just gonna go do laundry." So we would run into the laundry room and lock it, and then just like sit in there, and you can hear him like come and rattle on the door and get angry, and then we run downstairs, and he's like, "Some fucking idiot just locked the laundry room door. Like I had to call Toy to unlock it, and it was open." We're like, "What? That's crazy."
And then one time I heard y'all giggling in some fucking room, and I said, "Get the fuck out of there, bitch."
Oh, mama, he finna knock down the door like Big Bird.
Shut your bitch ass up. The crab is still moving. Fuck you.
Hey guys, it's Nikki. Minaj?
Do we have time to talk about Crumble, or do you want to head into Stim of the Week?
Girl, Crumble Cookie will forever haunt me, so we can talk about that next week.
Okay. So I guess we'll section off into Stim of the Week. I guess I'll go first. I was on a trip this weekend seeing my family, and I just could not stop saying this, and my brother was actually getting so mad at me. But y'all seen that video of Mark Zuckerberg? He's on TikTok live or some kind of live, and he makes a comment, and he's like, "Mark, give me the Zuck." I'm sorry, what does that mean? But just like the Mark, give me the Zuck has been like my verbal stamp for like the past week, and I say it every like 5 minutes. It's so funny. He's just so innocent. Mark, give me the Zuck. Reading that out loud.
Wow.
Low-key, he got fined, but never. He married.
Right. Did Mark Zuckerberg also have a wedding on the plantation, or was that just Ryan Reynolds and
I think I don't know about Mark Zuckerberg.
We'll have to come back to this next time. We'll have to ask about this next time. Maybe we can do just like a quick review of like a little like the pop culture thingies that have been sticking in our heads. My Stim of the Week. besides like the random shit that's just been going on TikTok, that because I'm on my trust, my stims will switch every day, based on what's coming up on my TikTok. But I feel like my stim of the week has just been like stimming on my gemstones. As you guys know, I may or may not have ordered like a copious amount of gemstones because I'm like obsessed with raw stones. So I ordered like some rubies and some sapphires, maybe some emeralds, and citrine, and maybe lots of quartz. Okay, I've ordered lots of quartz, and I'm just literally just stimming, like tracking them on my phone. So that's what's been keeping me happy this week.
Well, I think, also that divination fucking ball that you bought.
Not too much. Not too much.
Wait, do that again with your hair.
No, it's okay.
Because it's giving your photo hair in Japan. Sorry.
Up, Shimas. Up. Wait. Do you guys remember the time? Katie, you weren't there. Do you remember the time we were talking about like when Josh was sitting on a bench?
No, you keep your mouth fucking quiet, bitch. Anyway, so girl, don't you even get started on that bench.
We'll just edit that whole piece out.
Anyways, to make a whole story short, I shoved the whole bag of jelly beans up my ass, and it's been 3 days. I still haven't felt nothing. My verbal sim of the week, honestly, I was really thinking about what it was going to be, but damn, I just constantly say, the crab is still moving. Fuck you. And it's from that Nicki Minaj.
I knew he was live.
Because my nipples was quad. She always says the most wonderful, incredible things on Instagram Live, and she's cooking like this, like, I don't know what she's cooking, honestly. It's like a
seafood boil, I think.
Yeah, seafood boil. And she's cooking these crabs, and someone goes, the crab is still moving. And she reads it like this: the crab is still moving. Fuck you. And she says fuck you so fast, and it will forever be one of like my favorite Instagram moments.
Truly.
Pour one out for Nicki Minaj. Thank you for those audios.
I want to give a pat on the back to Katie, who's been just like a true warrior this whole episode with like the least amount of screen time and just watching me and Josh talk about nothing.
It's the usual, but
well, yes.
No, I think we've had a good amount of screen time between everyone. Y'all had some stories to share. You have longer history than me.
And if it makes you feel better, 2 episodes ago, Katie talked for 92% of the entire episode. So maybe it's evening out, but no, thank you for coming on. The way we've tried to have you come on now for at least 3
weeks.
Literally 3 weeks. So we'll get you now, and then we'll get you again in 7 months because you're gonna run away after we try to catch you in our garage, and
I'm busy, girl. You know what happens.
I might be unemployed. Well, kind of, but I still make time for this.
So,
yeah. So thank you, girl.
GTYLHGOGCUNT.